Everyone welcome Waypoint playing Definitely Wizards. Take it away.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, we were cursed a little bit by the technical difficulties, but that is natural. We are wizards, so that can't be helped. And I'm Mimi. I'm going to be the game master today. And you might know my voice from the Waypoint Podcast, a podcast about superhero teenagers, except for one who is not a teenager.
And keeps remarking on that.
Yes, all the time. So, we're going to be playing Definitely Wizards today, which is a game where the party tries to pass the practical wizard certification exam. They only have one problem, and that is that none of them are wizards. So this is pretty difficult. And I use they, them pronouns, by the way. And now I'm just gonna let my players introduce themselves and their characters.
Let's do this way around. That's probably the easiest. Let's do Liz next.
Oh, me? Oh, okay. So hi, I'm Liz. I'm going to be playing 3 raccoons in a trench coat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who came up with it, but it's genius. But yeah.
I mean, you came up with it.
Well, no, but 3 familiars in a trench coat.
Yeah,
in
true.
That entire concept is just genius. But anyways, they all have names, of course. The ringleader is Reginald Thurgood Johnson the Fourth, and then the other 2 are Dave and Frankie. But yeah, they're just general bandits who got turned into raccoons and live their day-to-day life smuggling through trash and whatnot. And yeah,
that's one does.
Why do they want to become wizards then?
Oh, they think that the certificate is made out of magic and stuff like that, and could probably turn them back either into humans or something. And they probably want to just steal some really cool stuff if they're going to this high-end area and whatnot. Yeah.
You also get 2 props each. So what are your props?
Yes. So I have a belt with a lot of pouches, and what's in the pouches is gonna be revealed later.
Yes, but it's definitely something you found in the trash, right?
Indeed. Yeah. At a broken, sort of Chuck E. Cheese-esque area. But
perfect.
It's fun. And then my other is just a pocket full of confetti and sprinkles. But yeah.
I mean, very useful.
Oh, pretty useful, yeah. I like to put on a show, or they like to put on a show. And it's like, sparkle attack, ta-da.
I mean, you need to in this game, you need to.
Yeah. It's all about showmanship.
All right, Last, you want to go next?
Sure. My character's name is Sandora Chiex. Her pronouns are she, her, but my pronouns are they, them. So Sandora comes from a very prominent wizarding family. So she has knowledge of wizardry. The problem is she's an engineering student. And her whole life has built up this expectation for her to be a wizard. And she's just like, no, I like science. I like robots. And so her whole goal is to prove that science and robotics can be just as good as magic. And then for her props, she has basically another utility belt, pouch of pockets, where it holds all of her repair tools for her robot dog that she has. Spoiler alert. And then her other prop is a familiar. It's a normal dog named Patrick, aka Patty. And, he's just a normal dog to do a little switcheroo with her robot dog.
So she actually has 2 dogs. She has a real dog and a robot dog.
Yes.
That's great.
She does.
What's the real dog's name?
So both dogs are named Patty.
Oh, okay.
That's not going to be confusing.
No, of course
It's going to
not.
be fun.
The robot dog will respond to robot Patty or Patty. The problem is, in the exam, she can't call it robot Patty for obvious reasons.
Because it's a magical dog.
It's a
Yes.
magic dog.
Yeah,
Clearly.
of course.
So, hopefully it works out. Jules?
All right, I'm Jules. I'm usually the game master of Waypoint, but in this case, I'm not. In this case, I'm Betrug M. Elam. That's a name that's a lot funnier in writing than it is in saying. But he is he uses he/him pronouns. I also use he/him pronouns. He is a very legitimate business person who, in the past, has already gotten the wizarding license to engage in wizarding business and in wizarding sales. But unfortunately lost his wizarding license and was barred from the industry for 5 years for reasons he doesn't want to get into. He might have started a magic item-based pyramid scheme, but that's not something that he would openly admit to.
Allegedly started that.
Allegedly, and it was proven in court, and he was barred for 5 years. But he was allegedly started that. And now that the 5 years have passed, he has a very new idea for what he calls a prism scheme for legal reasons. And has to regain his wizarding license at the exam once more so he can openly engage in that sort of business.
So what
And
are your props?
My props are this hat on top of my head, which is a magical hat. You know, the kind stage magicians use that you can pull stuff out of. And he definitely has a lot of stuff stored in that hat to pull out at the opportune time. And the other thing is one of the new prisms he wants to sell in his prism business, which is an amulet that he wears around his neck. A very magical looking, clear resin prism. Made of crystal and all of that.
Magic crystal.
Mm-hmm. Deeply magical crystals.
Okay, Blue, who are you playing?
My name is Blue. I use she, her pronouns, and so does my character. I'm playing Daphne, not a god.
Mm-hmm.
And she is definitely a wizard who does magical wizard stuff with elements. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's definitely spellcasting and not elemental blood running through her veins that she got from a primordial deity who is her ancestor.
No one would assume that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, of course not.
Yes.
Yeah.
As you can see, all of our characters are definitely wizards who will definitely pass this exam with just wizard magic.
Yeah.
So I'm going to explain the base rules of the game now.
I think we didn't have Blue's props yet.
Oh yeah, right. Sorry.
It's okay. I've got my familiar here. It's an Octo Kitty. His name is Envy. And
perfect.
Aww.
He's beautiful. I love him. And I've also got my wand, my magical wand. just a crocheting. It's okay. It's my magical wand today.
Perfect.
In game, it looks exactly like that too. All right. The basic rules are pretty simple. Every character has 2 stats, Wizard and Wild. Wizard represents how well they can pass as a wizard, basically. And also how well each of our characters can do just the little bit of wizard magic that they can actually do. And the Wild stat just represents their natural abilities, which don't necessarily have to do with magic. Like, for example, it can just be engineering and using your robot dog. What happens during the game is that both of these stats get higher and higher. And if one of them reaches 6, and then another one gets on top, basically the 7 is the boom option, something bad happens. So your goal is to get down the stats again through different kinds of actions. I think we're just going to explain that when it happens.
Mhm.
And yeah, I mean, that's basically it. You succeed if you roll your number with a d6 or below, which makes the higher stats also more likely to succeed, which is nice.
Mhm.
And there's also the wit bonus, for example. I can say if something is like really funny or cool that the person rolling actually gets another die, and then they can just choose whichever die has the better roll. So I don't know if I miss such an opportunity, the chat can totally tell me and say like, hey, I think that deserves another die. That was pretty funny. So I'm gonna rely on you for that. And the game is basically just making it through the 4 chambers of the wizard exam and not getting caught.
Because we're all definitely wizards.
Yes,
And
all
we wouldn't
definitely
anyone
wizards.
to think
Yeah, totally.
anything else.
Yes.
Just
Yes.
caught
Of
doing
course,
what?
of
We're
course.
just doing the magical magic.
Yeah.
Look
The
too
wizardly
closely.
magic.
So I think we talked before we started this about like our characters like all already kind of knowing each other before we go to this wizarding exam together. With like all of us being basically at the same university for different reasons. I think you actually studied engineering like an actual person. You are a bunch of raccoons, so you were probably in the trash.
We're
I
digging through
don't.
that university trash.
Yeah, university trash is high value. Blue, what were you doing at the university? I don't remember.
I was the groundskeeper, so I
Oh,
can
yeah.
do that.
Okay, that works. And I was trying to convince you of the magical properties of my prisms. And in that situation, the conversation turned to the wizarding licensing exam, and we all, for our own reasons, realized that we wanted to go there. If I remember it right. Just to
Correct.
give
You
back.
banded together to take this exam together because you're all wizards who want to
Yeah.
get the wizard certification.
And I'm very
Mhm.
confident that I can get you all through it because I've done it before. It can't be that different, so it's not going to be that tough.
Worst case scenario, I drop my family name and be like, did you know my father?
My
They're
father
great.
will hear about this.
My
Exactly.
father, the
The inventor of magical toaster strudel.
All right. Are we ready to start?
I'm super ready.
Oh,
Very
do you
good.
have a goal for when you want to change your hats, Jules?
Oh yeah, I had an idea. Right, let me check what the current state of our. Okay, we're currently at like just below $1,900 in the charity donations we got so far. If we make it to, let's say, 1950 to $1,950 during this stream, I will swap out this hat for this amazing Neko Girl bowler hat. If so, go donating. It's gonna be quite a sight to behold.
A worthy goal.
All right, let's get going.
All right. So you have chosen to undergo the practical wizard certification exam. And as such, you are just 4 or 7, depending on how you count the raccoons, of the people who will do it this year. And as such, you have to stand in a long queue and get assigned to your wizard judge. And finally, you get to step in the room where it happens.
Ooh.
And in front of you is a very wizardly looking fellow with, the long white hair, a really nice beard. Just how you would imagine a wizard, who is definitely a wizard.
Mm-hmm.
He comes up to you with a clipboard and says, "Hello, I'm Norman, the Never Dying, Junior Grandmaster of the Great Council of Wizards, and I will be judging your performance today."
Junior, Just
Yeah, I'm still very young, just 500 years old.
wow, being a wizard sounds really good, actually.
I mean, yeah, as you would know, as a wizard, it's a pretty chill.
Yes, of course, I know this. I know all about wizardry. You can tell by my hat, and by my practical abilities, and by this very magical prism. I'm sure you've noticed already. Either way, I'm Batrug. I'm Batrug M. Alum. I brought some other folks here who also want to take the exam.
Yes, I need your name so I can cross you off my list.
Hello, I am Sandora Chiex. As you might know, my family is very prominent in the wizarding world. My father, Daniel Chiex, is the inventor of magical toaster strudel. I know all about wizarding, but I also know that technically we can't call ourselves wizards until we pass this exam. So I see what you're doing. Don't worry about it.
Of course, a member of the GX family would see through me immediately. I'm so honored to be in your presence.
As you should. Here are my friends.
My name is Reginald.
Oh yeah, I do have a Reginald with no last name on this list, so yeah, that checks out.
They extend their hand, it looks like a plastic hand. Nice to meet you.
Norman actually ignores the hand because his hands are full of clipboard and quill.
I respect you.
All right, and the last member of your team?
I'm Daphne. Daphne, not a god. And I am definitely not a god. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you are here to take the wizard certification exam. Why would you be a god?
Exactly.
All right, I have a lot.
What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
I have a lot more people to go through, so let's just start this. I mean, with a GX in your party, you should do this in no time at all, right?
Definitely. Thank you for acknowledging.
I mean, I'm also. I may not have the family name, but you must. Do you perhaps perchance recognize me from the last time I took this exam?
No.
Hurtful, but I appreciate honesty.
So, just to tell you how this works, there will be 4 rooms. You will have to get through each one. Just go through the door and do everything you have to do to get to the door. I will be standing by the entrance and judge performance.
All right, we do so. I think.
Yeah.
Just the first door is over there. Just go through it, and the exam can start.
I'm ready.
All right, this is going to be a joyride. This isn't the first time I've sunk this ship. Let's get over.
You enter the first chamber, and it opens into what could be described as a very typical dungeon. There's just rusty weaponry lying around, a few crates, and the floor is just littered with skeletons. They are wearing armor and seem to get just more numerous the closer to the exit.
That's not concerning.
I'm sure those are just magical spirit Halloween props.
You really need to talk about your tier cleaner. This is not acceptable.
Where is the maid, man? And who annihilates an entire room full of people without destroying the bones?
Yeah, are we supposed to...
Think I could take some?
Are we supposed to clean this room? Is that the challenge?
Just get to the exit.
Should I annihilate the bones?
I think as long as the bones leave us alone, we can just walk through. Reginald, feel free to pick up a gnaw or two. Whatever you're into.
You got it. Just like see.
The bones always remember, man. The bones always remember.
A bone left on the ground is a bone wasted, I always say. You know, if you'd leave them around, they don't have any value. If you take them with you, you might find someone interested in bone powder, in bone carvings or something like that. Every opportunity is a business opportunity.
What's bone powder?
Oh, it increases virility in the male organ to extreme
Is
extent.
it something you can store?
Bone.
I mean, if you have pockets. Bone.
Right.
Either way, I'd say we just walk through, right? I mean, there's just bones here. Does it look like the bones were like? Are they like in a very straight line at a specific point in the room that looks like here people die?
Not really, no.
Right. Well,
So are you just gonna walk towards the exit?
I mean, what are we talking about? It's a room full of bones. What are we talking about here?
It's just bone. I can if it eases your minds, I can cast a clairvoyance spell to figure out if this room hides further dangers we don't know about yet.
Good. Thank you.
I would take the prism off of my chest and put it in front of my eye and look at the room to give the impression that I'm doing something magical.
Okay.
Do
So
you see anything?
basically, you want to try to be a wizard.
Yes, I want to basically use the hunch ability out of spellcasting. So I would just roll a d6, and all of our wizard and wild stats currently are at 3, so I have to roll a 3 or lower to succeed.
Yes.
All right. That's a 2. That is a 3 or lower.
Correct. So you have succeeded, which means that the spell works, and you get to add +1 to your wizard stat. So now you're at 4.
All right. I'm already
with
the
a
most wizard.
hunch, the description is you sort of get a sense for what someone else is thinking, or get a hint at what to do next. So these bones actually don't seem to be actual human bones. So you were kind of right about it being, I guess, a prop. But the whole thing is, you also see that they have hinges and are definitely made for moving around. And the fact that they're wearing armor also suggests that they might actually attack you if you start crossing the room.
Okay, so I have determined with my supernatural skills that these bone men will arise and lay waste to us if we uncarefully walk inside.
Shall I use what is definitely fireball and not inane magic to my bloodline?
Oh,
Shall I
fireball
use
is
that
a
to
high
get rid
level
of those?
spell. I appreciate it. Fireball is a very high level spell that you can already do that. Sure.
Yes.
I look around to the wizard to check if he like picks up on all of this. Yeah, sure, do it.
I shall cast fireball now.
All right. I assume you want to use your wild magic for this one.
Yes, and I'm gonna use my wand to make it look real. Let's make it look real.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, so if the characters use their props, they actually have the additional effect of getting a +1 in Wizard and a -1 in Wild.
I also utilized my prop, but it was for a wizard spell. Is that relevant then?
Yeah,
or is it
so
just relevant if you use it
no,
for
it
Wild?
isn't.
Okay.
It's just relevant for Wild.
Okay.
All right.
It-
Then you get to rule a d6.
1d6 it has to be my thing or lower, right?
Yes.
Does the costuming effect happen before you roll or after you roll?
It's
'Cause,
just after
Wild
for
would
the
be-
stats.
Okay, good. So the Wild is not one worse already.
No.
Okay, so I got a 1, so that's great. The one time I'm happy to roll a 1.
That is great. And you technically would get a +1 on your Wild stat, but since you use your prop, you can just leave your Wild as it is and get a +1 in Wizard.
Hey.
So
And, now you can just-
forever.
And then you just spit fire or something like that when no one's looking.
Yes, it is definitely just spitting fire, like me breathing fire onto the room.
But you
But,
spin the wand around so it looks like so everyone's distracted.
Yeah, it's like
Let's see how well these fake bones stand up to heat.
The first row of fake bones is just turned into ashes. There's nothing left of it except just these flakes of ashes flying around in the air. And the row after that just looks a bit singed. And now that you've cast the spell, the rest of the skeletons just get up and march towards you.
I get behind everyone else
If
now.
you're going to destroy something, do it thoroughly.
All right. I think this is up to you, Sandora and Reginald. I'm gonna go behind you now. My magic work is done.
Okay. Well, you have taken this exam before. I trust you want us to prove that we also have our own
Exactly. The
abilities.
wizard is always watching. The other wizard. We are also wizards.
Almost. We're almost wizards.
We're definitely wizards, you might
Almost.
say.
Don't
Okay.
worry, Sindora. I think we got this.
Thank you, Reginald.
The voice gets me every time.
Sandora steps up, and before she can do anything, Patty, the real dog, runs forward and chomps at a skeleton leg. Patty, no! Bad dog, put it down. Patty, here.
Now the question
Patty-
is that an attack?
Is that an attack meeting?
You are using your familiar to basically
prop.
take apart some bones. You're using your prop, so I would say that is a wizard roll.
All right.
Oh dang.
So-
We're only like $25 away from 1950 already.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw
we're on
earlier
that.
Annie actually donated, so that's great.
Ah, nice.
So, how much damage does my poor little dog?
I mean,
Like,
this is basically the same as a wizard spell, I guess, so you'd have to do just roll
Okay.
wizard, I guess.
Just roll well.
I got a 4.
Well, that is definitely more than your wizard stat.
Mhm.
It definitely is. So I failed my roll, so I have to roll again to see
Exactly,
how
to-
bad it failed.
Yeah, to see what the consequence is.
No.
I got a 5.
No!
Oh boy.
Oh
So for a 5 or 6, the spell fails dramatically. Describe the outcome and add +1 to wild.
The poor
Do you
dog.
have an idea how this could fail dramatically?
So the skeleton wizard, not wizard,
Skeleton.
barbarian, skeleton fighter. As my dog runs up, just kicks my poor little dog. Thankfully, my dog cannot be harmed per the rules. And so my dog does a really cool dodge into another skeleton. And this skeleton just holds my dog. Just like this. And being like, I can't talk. But you get the sense that if it could talk, it would say bad dog. And it does not let my dog go.
So now, not only is your dog basically out of the fight, it's also captured by the enemies and now a hostage.
Yes. Which is unfortunate because now I cannot use my robot dog. Because my dog that I'm transforming is right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Reginald.
okay. It's up to the raccoons in a trench coat.
Yes.
Reginald, please save my
Reginald's
dog.
like, good riddance, dog. I'm like, oh no, dog.
Reginald.
Don't worry,
I mean-
I got something. And
I feel like we should also
they're
tell
gonna look
everyone.
through the pockets and they're gonna find some slime.
Great. Amazing.
Love it.
Take this. Wait, is this gonna be like a wizard roll?
Yes, there's a wizard roll for the slime spell.
Cool.
Mhm.
Okay. Alrighty.
All right. Yeah. Slime.
Yeah, it's just like gonna appear out of the hand for some reason, and from the sleeve you can see the two
Yeah.
arms just throwing
I
it.
mean, the raccoons did eat some pretty magic trash, so they can do low-level spells.
Yeah.
For the people who have never played this game before, where the roll happens real quick, like all the spellcasting abilities we have are like ridiculously tiny stuff. It's like
Yes.
slime. It's a little bit of frost. It's a hunch.
I rolled a 2.
That's good.
That is
It
good.
worked.
Yeah, it did work. So,
So-
you get to add +1 to your wizard stat.
Alright.
You just throw this ball of goop, which is very, very sticky. And it hits one of the skeletons on the arm, and it starts just wildly throwing its hands and arms around, and it hits the other skeletons. And soon they are basically all just stuck to this ball of goop, unable to move around anymore, because this ball of goop now has too many legs.
I told you I got this.
I'll
Did
just
you hit the skeleton with my dog?
Are you okay? Wait, where's
Is-
the skeleton with the dog?
Is the dog in the skeleton pile?
No, the dog actually made it out of the skeleton pile because Paddy is very smart.
Thank God.
Ah,
Thank
Aw.
dog.
very
For the
naturally
rules, the
smart.
dog cannot be harmed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that is specified by the rules. The dog cannot be harmed.
Yes,
That is
yes.
important.
Okay. So
Yeah.
then Patty is now by my side again.
Yes.
Perfect.
You don't
Great
see
dog.
anything else in the room. So you could just walk to the door if you wanted to.
Well, my work here is over, and I walk ahead.
Me and Patty are
This is why I'm
following.
an Octo Kitty person.
Hey,
You could have thrown your
Dogs.
Octokitty instead of fire. You know?
Yes, just like
Reginald takes a good stare at the dog.
Yeah, how does the dog get along with the 3 raccoons?
They're
not
staring
very
daggers,
well.
bro. I think so.
They're
has he
mortal
realized yet that they are 3 raccoons in a trench coat?
enemies. He knows that you smell really funny, and he knows that he wants to chase you, but he's working right now, and he's a good boy. So
Working dog.
basically,
Aw,
You
what a
just,
good
like-
boy.
You might
chills.
just be a very unhygienic person, you know?
Yeah.
No one knows.
So he basically every chance he gets, he gets closer to you and just like starts smelling like under your trench coat.
Just sniffing at
Here
you.
goes that's my Reuben sandwich.
I
He li-
like
he
to
likes-
imagine
My dog.
that the Octo Kitty is literally just staring
And all of
Like-
this.
in a very creepy way, just all day.
I can imagine the dog like going under the coat, trying to smell and like getting bitten by the bottom raccoon. Like, no.
Patty, come.
Bitten but not harmed because the dog cannot be harmed.
Yes.
Either way, do we manage to pass the room?
Yes, this seems to be the only obstacle towards the exit. So you make it through the room, just avoid the big ball of goopy skeletons, and you can open the next door.
Nice.
Are you going to use any of that their bone dust?
I mean, it's not real bones, right?
Yeah, it's not real bones.
Oh,
It's
I
like-
guess
it's-
other bones.
It's basically just microplastics at this point.
Yeah,
And
it's
those
like
are free
magic,
everywhere.
magic plastic.
Magic. Microplastics is harming our ecosystem.
It's harming our magic system.
You open the door to the next room, and it is a lavish study. There are 4 suits of armor to the sides of the room. There are several paintings, shelves with old books, and just at the very end of it, an enormous mirror. In the middle, you see a big desk that is surrounded by giant yellow mushrooms.
Delicious.
There are so many things
I'm
in
gonna
this room.
I'm
that
gonna
are
send
probably attacking
Octokitty
us.
over to sniff at it. Just see,
At the
see-
mushrooms?
see what you got. Yeah, sniff the mushrooms. See if they're poisonous or anything. Octokitty knows all.
See if Octokitty gets high.
As a university student.
So I
Send
guess getting your Octokitty to sniff would be a wizard spell.
That's kind of a hunch.
It's a spell. Okay, we can do that. We can do a spell because like
Yeah.
All right.
I guess wait no because I don't want to use a wizard spell and then like because I'm already at 4. I don't want to get too high on my wizard.
You know, it's rough, but I don't know if we're getting around that.
Oh gosh. Should I just use the Octokitty? Yeah, I'll just use the Octokitty. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I mean, it's funny if you fail, to be fair.
Yeah, it's funny if you fail.
It is funny if it fail. So like we'll use Octokitty with hunch. Like go familiar.
Diddle-oo-diddle-oo-diddle-oo-diddle-oo-diddle-oo-diddle-oo-diddle-oo-diddle-oo.
I choose you.
All right, then roll a d6 for me.
That is a failure. Right there. That is a failure.
I know. Isn't a 4 a success? Didn't your wizard go up from using your prop before?
Oh shit, yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yeah, your wizard is at 4 now,
Okay,
so it's a
yeah,
success.
you're right. I'm gonna put
All right.
Still not good though, but you know, alright.
In that case, you succeed and take a +1 to your wizard.
Sweet. Okay, cool.
I mean, I guess you also use your prop. It's the cat, so.
Oh god, no.
Oh, but that doesn't matter for wizard. It only
Yeah, it doesn't
matters
matter for the
wild.
wizard.
Yeah,
roll.
it doesn't
Yeah.
matter for wizard.
Yeah.
Um,
So your kitty is very, very careful, just sniffing around, and still just as it creeps closer and closer, a few of the mushrooms start shooting these spores at it. But your kitty is obviously a cat and very good at avoiding mushroom spores, because what kind of cat wouldn't be able to do that? So yeah, these mushrooms actually seem to be shooting things at you. You don't know exactly what it does, but it's probably bad.
Sweet.
All right,
Kill the
so
mushrooms. Can I kill them? Can I kill the killer mushrooms?
I mean that's what fire's for, right?
Please don't burn the books in this library.
I could be precise. Precision is my middle name. Actually,
Daphne, precision, not a god.
My middle
it's
name
George,
is
but
M.
that's a whole nother story.
Mine is just M. It's not even short for anything. It's just my
Just
middle
M.
name. It's just the letter M.
Yes.
Well, I'm pretty sure that these suits of armor, like, they're gonna attack us, right? Like, I don't even have to use magic for that. They seem very attackable, attackity, whatever you would say about that.
not attack. What are you talking about? This is magic. What are you talking about?
Well,
Not
if you
you.
don't believe me, I could utilize my magic to prove my point. I'm thinking right now, like, what besides just punching?
Show us the amazing magic. Show us the amazing magic that you definitely have, and I definitely have, and we all have.
I'm thinking right now if I can just get like through this whole challenge without ever doing anything offensive, just casting Hunch over and over. But I think if I do that, then my wizard stat is gonna get to 6 pretty quick, and it's gonna be bad for me.
Yes.
So I will instead use something else. I will go into one of the pockets of my coat and pull out like a small metal container and screw it open and say, well, thankfully, I have Osgood's magical wizardry noticing salve with me. It is an amazing product. It is a product that you will love and that your family will love, and also your friends from back in high school, if you wish to maybe bring them into this business together with me and with you and with all of us. We're a family, basically. Either way, I will use this wizardry noticing salve by putting a little bit on the armor, and if it turns red, we'll know that the armor is in fact a magical item.
Family? I had a family once. I mean, I definitely still have my family. I am a prominent Cheeks member. They did not disown me for being an engineering student. I mean, a wizarding student.
Don't worry. The Elm Corporation is your new family, and we love you more than they ever did. And appreciate you. So, either way, either way, this salve only works because I'm using magic on it, because I'm a wizard.
You know, I think there's a good way to find out. I want to hug the armor.
No, I'm gonna use my salve first to prove my power.
Yeah, definitely. I want to see this.
Okay, so
I'm gonna try to cream up that armor.
yeah, that would be a wild spell. Do you maybe not want to take it out of your jacket pocket, but out of your hat? Because then you could use your prop.
No, I will not do that, because I don't want my wizard to go even higher.
That is fair. So, give me a wild roll.
Mm-hmm. That is a 1.
Very good.
Successful.
Nice. Now that I need it, they actually do roll as low as always. That's nice.
So you just smear your paste onto this armor, and I assume the paste would always turn red?
I'm gonna assume that it sometimes turns red, and I've noticed that it sometimes it happens on magic items.
Okay.
It's a pretty good chance. It's made of magical fungus, so I assume that it
Magical
notices alike magic in other places. It's basically like pre-scientific method medicine. It worked like 2 to 3 times for me, so I assume it always works.
Okay, so you smear up the arm of one of the armors, and the arm just falls off. Like, it just falls off, and you're pretty sure if this thing were about to attack you, it probably would have done it before the arm fell off. So you're pretty sure these armors are actually, just standing around doing nothing.
I will pick up the gauntlet and pull the fingers down so only the pointy finger is up, and poke the armor a little bit just to make sure with the pointy finger of the
Nothing
gauntlet.
Nothing happens.
Huzzah!
Like poking a bear with a stick, but it's not a bear. It's just a rock.
Huzzah! My magical powers have once again shown us the truth. This armor is merely armor.
Chug. I'm very interested in that product you just used. I could use it for my robot. I mean, for Patty's transfiguration spells casting. I'm interested.
For a low entry fee of 300 gold pieces, you can also join the downline of my of the Prism business. We also sell salves. We sell essential oils, and while we're at it, other magical goods of all kinds. We have wands even. So if you want to look through my catalog, let's do that after the exam. I think the exam is more important right now.
Yeah. But call me.
I absolutely will.
All right. So, I'm going to show off my powers. And so Sandora is like, Patty, sit. And Patty sits because he's a dog. And she does a bit like Fullmetal Alchemist, where she puts her hands together and puts it to the side of her dog, and she starts chanting some mumbo jumbo. But in between her chants, she's like, Patty, hide. And as a dog hides inside my I don't have a trench coat because it'd be weird if both of us had a trench coat. So let's say I have an actual wizard's robe.
Mm-hmm.
So Patty hides underneath my clothes, and I like discreetly move my hand in my pocket and pull out my Robo-Dog Patty. Robo-Dog Patty starts lighting up, and it looks almost magical. Like, it's clearly electronic, but it's almost a magical glow. And I end with transform, and there's Robo-Patty. So, with my transfigured familiar, I can now do many feats of extra magic, like scry. Patty, go look at the mushrooms. Tell me if they're poisonous, please. And so that is
so your
a
dog
wild...
hunches.
Yes, my dog hunches, but really it's just a very science-y thing, because I don't actually know science. I'm a programmer. It's a science-y thing to actually like smell and take a sample from the air and the spores.
Robo hunch.
What else is in this room? We have the armor, we have the shrooms. What else was there?
There's a mirror at the end of it, and there are bookshelves to the side of it, and a few paintings.
Okay.
Ooh, a mirror.
I rolled a 1. So I that means my roll was successful.
Yes, it does. And you can decide, since you used your familiar as your prop, whether you want to basically take a -1 in wild and a +1 in wizard or not.
Yes, please. So
all right.
I'm going to keep my wild at 4, and now my wizard's at 4. And I pull out my tablet, and I'm like, as I turn it on, I mutter, transform. I'm like, oh, look, all this data that I'm able to magically make appear on this black slab. Mimi, is the mushroom spores poisonous?
They seem to be electrified, so not technically poisonous, but if they would touch you, they would definitely hurt.
And maybe fry your tech. That seems rough for you specifically.
So no water on these. Got it.
Right. Mimi, does that hurt my
Wait,
my
did you say pour
Robo-Dog?
water on these or don't pour water on these?
Maybe not, because like otherwise...
Water is
if we get,
a
like,
conductor.
yeah.
No water on these.
Yeah.
No water.
Yeah, that seems bad.
I mean, your dog
What
is
did-
fine because you succeeded the roll.
Yes, my Robo-Dog is rubbery.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's certain points where electricity can definitely like harm poor Robo-Patty, but I've thought about this. Electricity or shock is
Would I have to use my own
common...
electricity? How do we defeat electric mushrooms?
Okay, here's a very dumb question none of us have asked so far, I think. Can we just walk around the mushrooms?
I mean, you can try.
That seems like a safe bet.
And by the way, we're only a few cents away from the goal. So
Oh dang.
just
we're almost there.
Say that.
It's at there's a nice 69 right now. But
nice.
we're gonna need 31 more if we want to get to our goal. So
yeah, so Jules can wear the Neko
I can wear
hat.
the Neko head. Yeah.
Does nobody want to see Jules in the Neko hat? Because I want to see that.
Yeah.
I want to
too.
see myself in the Neko hat, to be honest.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So unanimously, we all want to see Jules in the Neko hat.
We do.
So, do your thing. Okay, so I think this is kind of lame, but I think the best option is probably just to burn them. just do the same thing again? Because like burning seems pretty effective.
I'd like to do something crazy. Can I
Again, I cannot
for
state
precision
the
purposes to
importance.
not hurt the books?
Yes.
Can we use lightning? I can use my own lightning.
I mean, they're
You
also
can.
lightning.
Yeah,
But-
but like lightning versus lightning just is more electricity, but it's mine now. Would I,
I
be
mean,
able to
you
take
could
their
try to
lightning?
suck out the the
Could I
electricity.
take their
yeah.
lightning?
You can try.
Oh my god, I want to try that. You know, I look at Daphne looks over. She looks over at it. I look over at it and said, "That lightning looks yummy."
Yep.
And I just suck out the lightning.
Do you try to visualize that as a wizardly thing in some way?
No, let's make it wild.
All right, that's just something you can do as a wizard.
Oh, you
So,
mean like like
the wizard is here. He sees everything.
to keep the wizard off my back.
Yeah, exactly.
I say, allow me to try a prototype spell that I am working on with my master that he has definitely taught me. 'Cause I have been trained in doing this. Step back. This is dangerous.
I have heard of this magical force. I think this spell is called the Suck.
The suck,
It's pretty strong from what I heard.
the great suck, and it requires a lot of focus and a hardened stomach.
Does your focus
Right.
require that we all look away while you do it?
Cover your eyes so as not to be
I'm going to
burdened-
look at the books.
so as not to be burdened by this great and terrible sight.
All right, let's go. Give me a wild roll.
We're pushing the edge here. It was a free, so we're pushing.
Hey, is that? Yeah, that's just enough, right?
Listen, my dice are wanting to be tricky today. So
I mean, yeah, you're always exactly on the stat. That's perfect. That's drama.
Do you want to describe how it looks when all of the electricity just gets drained out of these mushrooms?
it is literally me eating it like spaghetti.
Just like a lightning bolt.
Like spaghetti.
You take your wand and just like
I don't know if anybody's ever seen Fairy Tale. I don't know if anyone's ever seen Fairy Tale.
I've seen
But the
some
way
of Fairy
Natsu
Tail.
eats fire.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm
It's
just
like
imagining. Okay, you didn't use your wizard prop, but it would be so funny to have the wand for that, like as a spaghetti spoon.
You can hear Norman actually just muttering, "Impressive energy drain."
Yes, energy drain. That is what the scientific term for the suck is.
Yeah.
I knew that.
Yes. The mushrooms have been de-electrified. Shall we go around?
Absolutely.
Yes. What are we talking about?
Reginald, you are a very attractive person. Do you want to deal with the mirror challenge? I'm sure that that the mirror challenge is all about all the beauty within and all of that.
I appreciate the compliment. Thank you very much. I will check out the mirror.
Hey, I appreciate you as if you were my own child, and I will treat you
That
in my
sounds
downline
kinda
as
weird,
if
but
that were the case.
okay.
You are all like family to me. Family that pays me.
just like
All
regular
right.
family.
What do I notice if I look?
So
towards the
you
mirror?
you walk through the mushrooms that are now just all crumpled up and shrunk, and just through them to the other side where the mirror is. And what you notice is that the desk in the middle in the mirror is actually not empty. There is a sword and a book on it. The sword has a little pony engraved into the handle, and the book is in red leather binding, and on the outside you can see the title in like golden lettering in a language you can't make out, which could either be because you're a raccoon and you can't read, or it's actually a foreign language.
Raccoons can't read? What?
What?
I mean, he's eaten so many wizard books. He's got to have picked up something. I mean, they've eaten.
Indeed, I have consumed a lot of knowledge.
Yeah.
Literally consumed. But anyways.
How would you? Would that be wild? Would that be a wild role to use the knowledge you've incorporated as a raccoon conglomeration to understand this language?
I think that might just be like a wizard role with hunch.
Oh,
It could
yeah,
be that.
that could also work, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god. We're about to get to 5. Ugh. I don't know what else could work, because I have just a lot of stuff in my pockets, and I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
Sure,
except for
well-
shattering the mirror, that's hard, I think, in this case.
I mean, that was my second idea.
That's plan B. That's plan B.
That's plan B. That's plan B.
Plan B is always break it.
Break
Yeah.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
I got 2.
Yeah, that
Two
is
is
below. Yeah,
Huh?
so your hunch works out, and you can actually read this very foreign language, and you realize the book is called The Magical Properties of Bees.
Bees?
Yes,
Bees?
and you yes, like the insect, the bee, the one that makes honey.
Oh,
Which
mean the
you know
bee?
well because you love honey.
Mm.
So,
I mean, who doesn't?
and you actually think you walked past this book on your way to the mirror, like it was in one of the shelves there.
Oh.
Hmm.
Reginald.
Reginald,
do you see?
what do your definitely human eyes see?
I see a book about bees. I think we need to get it.
You like bees?
There's another one on the shelf.
Well,
You mean this shelf that's mysteriously partially empty? Could have sworn it was a filled bookshelf.
is it one of the books that you picked up for further study early on?
Yes, something like that.
As you definitely read a lot, we know that you are very studious of a wizard.
I mean, obviously.
You like me some books in the pages.
So do you have the book already, or do we still need to pick it up? Because you stole a bunch
Do
of
we need to
books.
pick it up? Maybe do we have to pick it up?
Okay,
It was the one book you were not interested in. So it's just still in the shelf.
Okay.
So Sandora's like, I like books. And also, she high-key wants to steal some books for her collection because she doesn't have many books now that she's poor. So she walks up to the bookshelf. Does anything happen? As she picks
not-
up the bee book.
Nothing happens. Nothing
Isn't that an
happens.
anime? Cowboy Bebop?
Bee book.
Yes.
That shouldn't
All
have
right.
worked. Why?
So I got the book. I'm walking back and I open it up to start reading because I'm a book nerd as an engineering student.
You cannot read it because it is indeed in an arcane language you cannot understand.
Well,
Reginald, how did you read the title of this book? This is absolutely archaic.
Very smart person. If you don't mind,
you are.
let me have the book. I can
Oh.
translate it.
Oh, okay. I'm here, I guess.
Is there any difference between the two? Or is it just the same?
You look at the book and you look back at the mirror and you realize that the book seems to be placed at a very specific spot on the desk in the mirror. So you might want to, place it in real life there as well.
Yeah, I'll place it there. Is there there was something else on the table?
the
right?
sword. There's also a sword, right?
Yeah, with a little pony engraved into it.
Does one of the suits of armor have that sword, maybe?
They have all sorts, so you would have to look at them, I guess.
Sure, I'm already acquainted with them. I'll do that. I'll see if I can find the My Little Pony sword.
You realize that the handles are actually all just like there's nothing engraved in there. It's just one. Yeah.
I'll show
What
off
about the
one of the
painting?
swords. Yeah, I'll show off one of the swords to Reginald and ask, does the sword you can see look somewhat like this, just with an additional symbol? Does it look like the same kind of sword though?
There should be a pony somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just thinking if what we're supposed to do is put a pony on one of these swords and then put it on there. Like,
Oh,
except
like a
for the
stick and
pony, do
poke.
these swords look alike?
All the swords
Maybe.
look the same. And they all look like the one in the mirror.
Amy, there's a painting in the room, right? We haven't checked that.
There are several paintings in the room.
Is there one with a pony on it?
There is.
All right, I shall use the powerful and strong edge that comes with each of my prisms that cuts like diamond to remove this pony from the painting, put it on the sword, and then we can place the sword on the table.
Well, you can't just efface the Wizarding Council's property like this. You can't just.
I
tear
have
a
in the past, and I
painting.
shall again. No one can stop me.
I think I can help you with this.
Perfect.
Reginald,
I
you're a
did
scholar.
mention that I lost my license, right?
You did.
Reginald
Just-
has a scalpel in the pockets of one of the
That's
coats.
better. That's better.
Perhaps we
you
change the pommel to look like the pony. Can we not destroy the painting? What are we talking about?
No, I think we have to destroy the painting.
please don't.
So that would be a wild roll for Reginald, right? To use the
Yes.
Would it be
pouches.
wild?
Yes.
All right. What's up? I rolled a 6. Fuck.
Oh.
Okay, then give me another roll to see how badly you fail.
Oh no. 3.
That's
Spell
mid.
works, but with a negative side effect. Add 1 to wild.
Okay, add 1 to wild.
Hey, at least
Yes.
it kind of works.
Gotta work just a little bit.
The spell works. The spell is using a scalpel.
Yes. So you use this scalpel with your clever raccoon hands. And you manage to cut the horse out of the painting and put it on the sword. And while that does seem to work, I guess, you can tell from the look on Norman's face that it was not what you were supposed to do.
We're just inventive.
I told you we shouldn't have cut something.
Even the
Why
wizards
do
don't
we
know how smart we are.
The art.
This is actually what I also sold art for a while. In art circles, we call this a collage. So actually, we just created a new artwork. So actually, we are artists.
Artist wizards. I've never heard of that
Art is
before.
art, no matter how it looks.
Exactly. Art is expression, so it cannot fail. Okay. I mean, we kind of did it. So let's put the sword over there.
Mm-hmm. You put the sword next to the book, exactly like in the mirror, and a door opens inside of the mirror, claps to the outside, and you can go into the next room.
All right.
And since it was suggested in chat, I have to now say you solved my bee puzzle.
Nice. Perfect.
Thank you, Norman.
Perfect. And while we transition rooms, just really quickly, only 31 cents and I switch hats. So
Yes.
just someone donate a single $1. That's enough to get me to switch hats. And
Yes, and
preferably
we still-
donate more.
If you do $1
$1.
or any amount of dollars, you actually also get to keep the 69.
Yeah, if you do exactly a $1 amount, then we get to
Yes.
still have
USD.
69 cents.
True.
Sandora, before she leaves, picks up some mushrooms and sticks it in her utility belts. for reasons.
Yeah,
I mean, she is a college student, so
She is a college student.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, I think
Are you experimenting with
took some
foliage?
pages, or they took some pages from the books, from some of the books from the shelves.
Are you experimenting with foliage? Fungi are not easy to get rid of, man. Once you start planting them, they just go everywhere.
It's like mint, magic mint.
Yeah, there are many other purposes to use a bunch of mysterious mushrooms for other than planting. So
don't worry about Daphne.
Especially
Daphne,
if you're a
it's
college
good.
student.
Whatever could you use it for?
Well, of course, for my magical wizardry noticing paste, as previously mentioned.
Ah!
Liz, what is your wild stat at?
I'm at 4.
Okay.
That's not that bad.
Yeah, that's fine. All right. The mirror door opens into a cavern. You can see several tunnels leading somewhere in there, and these tunnels are covered in green vines. And as you take the first step into the cavern, the door behind you closes with Norman on the inside with you, and the room slowly starts filling with water.
No.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Oh no.
Well, better speed up then.
Yep. Robo, Patty, come here.
Is there a hole where the water is coming from? Is there a hole where the water is coming from? Or is it just...
No, it just seems to seep out of the ground. And you have 4 tunnels in front of you.
Well, magical scrying prism. I'm going to use my scrying prism again to see which tunnel might be best.
Patty, Robo Patty is now on my shoulder, and regular Patty is having a lot of splashing fun. Like you hear some splashing sounds, and so I kind of like shift my knees to pretend that I'm splashing in the puddles.
So,
I rolled a 3.
Great. Can we do a quick stat check so everyone knows where we're at, like the audience and stuff?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
I'm at, I'm already talking. I'm at Wizard 4 and at Wild 4.
Great.
Which is which? Blue. Which is which?
5 wizards, 4 wild.
Okay.
We are not looking good, my dude.
Yeah,
And
I
my
am
Wizard's
also
rising
5
now.
wizard, 4 wild. I'm also 5 wizard, 4 wild.
All right.
I am 4 and 4.
And
Oh,
I'm going to
that's
be
decent.
5-4 now because I did another wizard.
Yeah, you did succeed at your little hunch.
Mm-hmm. At my
So
magical scrying with my prism.
Yes. You see that one of the tunnels leads just slightly up, and another one leads slightly down. Like the one all the way to the left leads down, and the second one from the right leads slightly up, and the others just seem even.
One of them leads up. That's probably away from the water. So we should go with that one.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm not going to question that.
Let's go! And then a doggy.
Yeah, do all 3 raccoons
trust
start paddling in the trench coat?
Is it just the bottom raccoon paddling and the top 2 are just like wobbling and trying to keep...
Yeah.
Just the top one, so it's like he's floating, like the whole figure is floating on top of the water with just the lowest one paddling.
How high is the water right now?
Does the wizard notice this? That's gotta be magic. Walking on water has gotta be magic.
The wizard seems intrigued by this.
Reginald is clearly ready to get this wizarding exam.
Yeah.
Mm.
So you want to go down the tunnel that leads upwards?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, you actually do step out of the water as you go up there, and then the vines just start creeping towards you.
Oh man.
Slowly or quickly?
Good.
Is this a slow process or a quick one? Like, how fast do we need to think here?
Well, like, you're still a bit away from them, but if you keep walking especially, you're just gonna be in the middle of them.
Are there any riddles around to help us solve this?
Not so far.
I have a solution to this riddle, and it is called Fireball. I recommend you do this once more.
You come
Daphne,
to me
Daphne.
on this, the day of my wizard exam, and you asked me
Yes.
to cast Fireball.
I mean, we are literally doing an exam to prove that we are wizards, so yes, that is what I'm asking you to do. I
It's okay if you
expect
don't want
I
to.
expect no less from my downline.
Patty here is a magically transfigured dog, so he can do Fireball if you want.
I could also just stop the water.
Yeah, but the waters, we need to get ahead, so we need to get past the vines this way or
Or
that,
the
right?
vines. Like, I could move the vines. That's also a possibility. I don't know.
Oh,
How
I
did you
didn't
learn
realize.
so much magic? You are incredible.
It is because I was well trained. Trained. Yes, that is what's happened.
Well, I'll
I'm
leave it to
nothing
you.
else.
I leave it to you. I have full trust in you.
You just see her like moving her wand in a circle that is very confusing. Nothing
Wait,
else.
do you want to use your wand? Isn't your wizard 5 right now?
We can't hear you.
Yeah.
Can
Blue.
you hear us? We can't hear you right now.
Sorry, wasn't pushing the button.
Okay.
It's okay.
No, she's just moving it around to like convince him that she knows nothing else. Like, I know nothing else. I am simply well trained.
I think we had it before that you can like decide still that you just don't want to use the prop for that, so you can just use
no,
wild for it.
I'm not going to use the prop for it. But do I do it's the fireball or just moving the vines in general?
Through like earth magic or something like
kind of
that.
thing.
Oh, also water. Like you would assume that they're plants, so they're filled with water.
True. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, if waterbenders can move plants.
That also works. I just do the elements, man. That is what I do.
Okay, so not singeing them, but pulling them back.
Do you want me to singe them or to pull them back? Which one do you want? I have all the back.
Up to you.
Yeah, I'll move them because what if we need them later?
You know,
Sure.
Make a wizard rope.
Like wizard rope.
Yeah, maybe if we
wizard
spare them now,
use.
they'll help us in the last room.
And worse yet, sometimes certain things, like in certain areas, if you burn magical vines, they tend to grow back and be angry.
That's true.
So, yes,
I was only
harming
thinking. I
them
was
is
only
out of
thinking
the
what would look the
question
most
for me
impressive for the
too.
wizard.
yes. We must also think of practicality. Practicality. Excuse my voice. I sound like Winifred Sanderson right now. It is not a character thing. That's just how my voice sounds right now.
All right.
So
Wild spell.
Captain. Yay!
Classes.
So I'm going to gently, with a summoning type of chant under my breath, ask these vines to move out the way because we kind of need to get past with my magic, of course. With my magic.
Yeah. So what happens is the vines just sort of they start retracting into the wall, into the cracks of it, leaving the just a path free for you to go.
nice.
Thank you, Daphne.
Alrighty.
You are an impressively powerful wizard. I can't believe that you don't have the license yet. Incredible.
Thank you. What are we
I'm
talking
still
about?
talking to my family. I mean, I'm definitely talking to my family. I will tell my father about you.
I'm your father now.
Oh, that's true.
Is your stat now at
Yep.
6?
No, not 6, 5.
All right.
I've
Good.
only-
Either way.
It's fine.
You keep
fine.
you keep walking through the tunnel and you reach a glowing see-through wall. Like it's red glowing. And as you walk up to it, you can tell that you can probably not just walk through that.
Well, I see no reason why we can't just walk through that.
Hold it. I will gather some sort of totally 100% slime. She's gathering some trash. Let me throw it. Here we go. Yeah.
Who had the pocket glitter?
I did.
Yeah, pocket glitter would also be fun here, just throwing it at the wall to see what happens.
Yeah, let's do that. Actually, yeah. Let me throw some interesting sparkly. Here we go. Was that Thermaguri? Is that?
I'll cast the sparkle spell.
Yeah, you actually don't have to roll for that one. You just throw the glitter and it sticks to the magic glowy wall.
Oh, interesting.
Like it just seems to be a wall that you physically cannot go through.
But it sticks instead of just falling down?
It sticks.
Yes, it's just on there.
Okay. Is there anything else we can see in that area?
Not there, no, but there were other tunnels.
Well, I'm sure we can solve this. I'm sure the transfigured dog can find a way through this wall, right? With
Does
analysis
Liz now get
powers
to take
and all
one
that.
off of her wild magic? Because
Maybe.
No, I think that was just something you could do. It was
still awesome. Pocket glitter. I need to carry that around in real life.
All right.
I don't think it's a viable option to walk back and go through one of the other now drowned tunnels. So I'm gonna say we try to find a way through this wall, right?
Yeah. My amazing transfigured Patty here definitely has some scrying abilities. Don't really want to get my dog stuck through the wall, though.
I guess you could use sonar.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a sort of magical wall, maybe we can figure out how to destabilize it.
Okay. So then. I got a 6 and it failed.
No.
All right, then let's see how you fail.
All right.
Maybe it's a 3 or 4, then it still works.
It is a 4.
Hey!
So, Robo-Patty heroically jumps close to the wall, and you know that episode in Atla with the play, and instead of having Toph's normal powers, she has echolocation?
Mm-hmm.
My dog just barks very loudly. And on my tablet, I get a reading. Maybe what useful things do I learn from my echolocation bark?
You actually do learn that the wall does not go through the stone underneath or to the sides or the ceiling. So the wall is basically just the opening of the tunnel. So you could technically get through if you dug around or under it or something. But also, your trusty robot dog starts just spouting sparks. And then you can just hear the barking growing sort of distorted and quieter, like a toy whose batteries ran out. And it's not usable for right now.
Man, if only we had another small creature that could dig its way under a wall. Maybe the Octokitty.
I quickly get Robo-Patty.
I will see what I can do. Wait, is there a way I can do some sort of?
Oh my god!
This is raccoon level abilities.
Yeah,
it just goes shorter.
If only we had a raccoon.
So Reginald translates to Dave to let go and try to swim down, because I'm assuming they're still underwater, right? Or not surface level water.
The water is not there yet, but you can see it's coming up behind you. And I guess what you could also do is just act as if you had transfigured yourself into 3 raccoons.
The question is, does that raise too much suspicion?
I guess that would depend on how well the roll goes.
You could also try to walk
boy.
up to the wall, kind of looking like you were about to take a piss on
That
it,
would
and have
be a
your bottom
wild, wouldn't
raccoon
it?
dig.
Right?
Yes, that would be
That would
wild.
Yes, that feels
Okay,
like
perfect.
Yeah. That's absolutely wild.
Perfect.
It's completely wild behavior.
Oh, I got 4. Yay.
Hey!
Alrighty.
So how does this look?
So it's like gonna be some sort of transformation spell. And instead of looking like a one person, here's like, okay, here we go.
You're gonna use a
it's like,
confetti?
Oh yeah, you could use.
oh
you
yeah,
could
and
use
I'm
the
gonna
glitter.
use the confetti to like sparkle it up, and then like I jump, and then ta-da! There's 3 of us.
Oh wow, Reginald. That is some
Impressive.
high-level transfiguration.
Thank you. And then there's this whole
Just one of the raccoons is like, thank you.
You just
Oh.
dig your way underneath the wall, I guess.
Yeah, we do.
Maybe on the other way you can find something to turn it off.
That's not
Do I
dig a
find
hole.
something to turn it off when I take the room?
You see on the other side, there is also a red glowing orb.
Oh.
Do what you do best. Take it.
My God.
Does something happen when I take it?
Shiny.
You touch
Take the shiny.
it, and it turns blue, and the wall disappears.
Oh.
You did it. You did it, Reginald. I always believed in you.
Thank
Now
you.
go
Could
back.
One of you guys please get our jacket. My
Oh.
jacket.
Of course, my good friend. Of course, my good friend. Sandora, pick up the jacket, please.
Sure. So in one arm, I have my broken dog, my broken robo dog, and as I move towards the jacket, regular Patty jumps out of my coat. So I quickly stuff robo dog in my pockets and be like, the transfiguration spell ended. And Patty's just like going crazy and sniffing the coat, and so like we're tugging it back and forth before I'm like, Patty, heal. And I awkwardly hand it back to Reginald. I'm like, sorry, it's a little wet.
I am once again
It
promoting the Octo Kitties
it's
over the
fine.
puppy.
And then they transform back into
Please
to
turn back into
sparkly
your human
effects or
form.
whatever.
I am absolutely
Yeah.
disgusted by
Yes.
raccoons.
Raccoons are definitely not something we are very used to seeing.
No.
Definitely not.
No.
No, not at all.
No, absolutely not.
Is there a door back here, or does the room continue further?
No, there's actually a door that would lead to the next chamber.
Nice.
Before
Final
I move
chamber.
on,
Final chamber.
I'm gonna just give Reginald a high five with his plastic hands.
It falls off.
Oh, here, let me help you with that. Just-
Thank you very much.
Guys, I'm getting the feeling that Reginald might be a zombie.
Maybe.
I mean, you know what?
Do you know any zombies that turn into raccoons?
Oh, your video went away. Okay, it's back.
Yeah.
It's back.
Oh, there you go.
I saw
Alright.
it happen like 3 seconds later.
Okay.
The door opens all by itself as you
You-
move towards it.
You
And-
guys go ahead. I need to take a breather, I guess. You know, the
Well-
Cheeks family really needs their like breath, I guess.
Well, don't take too long of a breather. We are in the middle of an exam, so.
Don't worry. I'll be right there.
All right.
Does Norman leave me behind, maybe?
Norman just stands next to the entrance to the next room.
Norman, don't wait up. Just you never know. Reginald's got some crazy zombie powers, apparently. Gotta And Daphne's just
I'm saving
Oh,
a Reuben sandwich. Do you want some?
Well, I can eat after the exam.
Norman doesn't really leave the spot, but turns towards the door, so he is to you with his back. So you can do whatever you need to do.
Very proper of
need
you,
to
Norman. I'm
repair
sure
my
it's woman
Robodog.
stuff.
I need to repair my Robodog, so that's a wild. And we agreed that it was just a wild roll, right, Mimi?
Yeah, I think we can do that. I think that probably makes sense.
Okay.
Where are your stats right now?
My wild's at 5.
Great, let's do it.
Are you technically using your prop when you're repairing your dog?
You do have your belt, right?
I do have my belt, so it kind
Your
of
belt
cancels
of
out.
reconstruction, the magical item, which is just a utility belt.
Yeah.
It is just a utility belt. So I got a 5, so it passes just barely.
Great.
And I go through my belt. I pull out the mushrooms. I'm like, not right now. I dig through and I find all the tools I need to repair poor little Patty, the Robodog. And as I'm tinkering away, regular Patty is just staring at me in horror. Like, my double, mother, what is happening?
They have never witnessed each other before.
It's like a cat that sees itself in the mirror for the first time.
Blue, we
Yes.
can't hear you if you press the button.
Oh,
No
yeah,
audio.
we still can't hear
We're
you.
not getting audio from you.
Is that working?
Yeah.
It's working.
There we go.
There we go.
Perfect.
I have the press from the center. I forgot about that.
And so I put my dog back in my pocket, and regular Patty is following me as I quickly do a little jog to catch up. All
right.
good, guys. Got my breath. Woo.
Perfect. Have you settled your womanly issues?
I do not think that is politically correct to say.
That is
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking that we were all supposed to look away because it was a woman thing.
Yes, but you're not supposed to say it.
You know,
not
all these
like that.
women things.
I'm
Not
sorry.
cool, bro, not cool.
I'm sorry. I'm a sketchy
I
parody
think
of
we
a
should
Wild West
report you
prospector
to
type.
HR. Should we not
All
report
right.
you to HR?
So
I am
you open-
HR.
They're the HR department.
the final door opens, and it immediately gets disintegrated in front of you. You see an obsidian obelisk just at the end of the room that just shot a laser at the door, and the door just doesn't exist anymore. All that remains is just a singed ground where it was.
Big yikes. So,
All right. That will seem hard to believe, but I have a plan.
oh, I'm all ears.
Well, I carry a lot of magical prisms with me. And my idea is, mayhaps we can refract the lightning if we all hold one up back at the obelisk.
Oh, that's actually part of my studies. I mean, my wizardly studies and not engineering studies.
So
I
if we
can
all
definitely
work
plan that out.
together, if we all work together and wrap the brand, we can
That
destroy
seems
this
like
obelisk.
Crazy wizardly retribution. I love it. Wizardly retribution.
Reginald, my child, are you on board?
I am indeed on board.
Then, for this special opportunity, you don't even need to pay the 5 gold pieces per prism. I will give them to you free of charge.
Free of charge. Wow.
I
I
love
was
free
going to
things
give
as
you
a
some
college
That's a
sponge
great
cake in exchange, but okay.
And I hand each of you an exact copy of my amulet that I'm wearing around my neck, still with a price tag on it.
Perfect.
What's the price?
5 gold. 5 gold pieces. For you, 5 gold pieces. You resell them at 10 gold pieces. Then I get 4 of those gold pieces, and you get to keep 1.
Oh.
But the longer your
Great
downline
deal.
gets, the more passive income you make. So it's actually a really good deal when you think about it like that.
What are these made out of, Reginald? I think I could use this in my science. I mean, my wizard studies.
Magical crystal. Do not ask further questions, please.
Oh. Okay, I guess.
We see Norman coming up to you like, just for clarification, these are like energy shields in crystal form, right?
They are magic. They are magic items of my own creation. They have the power to harness the forces of light and realign them in a way of my choosing, which I will control through my mind as a wizard.
I'm just gonna put this down as energy redirection, I guess.
Yeah, that seems about right. I cast energy redirection. Woo!
All right.
And then I just throw some confetti, some sparkles in there too.
Yes.
Sparkles.
All right. I'm just going to count that one as a wild spell from the truck, I guess.
There's also, I think there's a support option in this game, right?
Yeah, but that's only if you fail, they can cause a distraction. So,
okay.
Yeah, you don't have to deal with the consequences.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's involved.
Right.
Maybe we'll need that. All right. That is a 3. My wild stat is a 4. I have not rolled higher than a 3 so far.
I mean, your dice seem to be very good then.
Yeah, I really like these. I mean, normally it's terrible because they don't roll high enough, but this time it really works.
Yeah. So you all step forward with your crystals in hand, ready to redirect the laser.
Ready to form Captain Planet.
Yes, and what happens is it strikes the truck first and then makes the rounds before getting redirected by Reginald right back into the obelisk, and it just explodes and shatters into like a billion obsidian pieces.
So much to pick up.
Yeah, you can totally pick that up.
Hell yeah.
Oh! How did that work? I mean, of course it worked. Of course it worked.
The only thing strong enough to destroy it is itself.
Chuck, how much for you to tell me the secrets of your crystal? This is truly a scientific wonder. I mean, a wizardly wonder.
I will tell you all I know once you reach quadruple black diamond rank.
What about triple black diamond rank?
No, that's not far enough. You'll need to work a little bit harder than that.
Come on, barter with me, man. Please.
I mean, you need to have 5.6 thousand people in your downline by that point. I mean, the extra few don't make any point at this point. Just, you'll learn when you're ready.
Norman walks up to you and is like, listen, I don't usually help, but if you walk through the door right now, you're going to clear the record for like the fastest time for the obelisk room. You should really walk through the door and just finish this exam.
Sorry about that.
Well, hot dog. Let's do it.
My father would be so proud if he still talked to me.
I'm so excited. You have no idea.
What do you mean? Whatever do you mean, Sandra?
No, we can talk about this later. We have a record to clear.
We do.
Yeah. Record.
Yep,
No.
And we ran toward the door.
Mm-hmm.
Do we make it in time?
Yes, you do make it in time. You indeed do make it in time. You walk through it, and it's just this little fanfare sound. And
Fanfare.mp3.
Norman comes up to you with his clipboard, and he says, "So let me just tell you, all of you have passed the exam. Some of your performances were very impressive.
Celebration.
Let me just give you the grading I gave you. So Mr. LM, well now Wizard LM, I guess.
Absolutely, once more.
I must say your psychic abilities are quite impressive. And also the energy redirection was quite something. You should probably, to reach a higher rank in our Wizards Council, keep working on your magic scope. Like, throw a bit of, attack magic in there. I'm sure you can learn it.
I'm working
Yeah.
on some healing magic and some scent-based magic, so I'll get back to you on that one.
That sounds great. That sounds amazing. So, Miss Not a God, was it? Is that how it's pronounced?
Yes, not a god. Daphne, not a god.
Your power level is off the charts. Really off the charts. Again, here in your magic scope, you should probably learn a bit that is not just destruction, I guess. But yeah. I think you have a bright future here in the Wizard Council.
Thank you. So, what are we talking about? Distraction.
The Vine thing was very careful.
We just like to keep the secrets of the magic.
Yes, I understand. I do understand that, the secrets of the trade and all. So, Mr. Reginald, I suppose.
Wizard Reginald to you, sir.
Wizard Reginald, now excuse me. I obviously have to bring you the respect you deserve now that you're a wizard. And your magic scope is impressive. Like the reading of arcane texts, that powerful transfiguration you were to do in not one, but 3 creatures at the same time. Not a lot of wizards are capable of doing that. And honestly, I just have to say, I have rarely met someone as impressive as you during grading of this exam.
I can't wait to show my mom.
And, well, Miss GX.
Yes.
I did not expect any differently from a member of your family here, because while you still have a little bit of trouble with your familiar to get it to obey to you, I figure that will clear itself out as your relationship strengthens.
Thank you.
But the magic in and of itself, the transformation magic, it's quite impressive. It's very impressive. Now,
would you give me a letter of recommendation? Of course, saying something to that effect.
I will. What I do have to criticize basically all of you on is your wizardly conduct. So in some of these situations, your reactions were, how to say this, a bit out there. And destroying the property of the Wizard Council, I could have failed you for that, but because of your very impressive performances otherwise, I chose to just give a few, detracting points for that. So just keep that in mind, that if you want to be part of the Wizard Council, then you have to act accordingly.
I understand. It was Reginald's idea.
It's Neko time, by the way.
Oh, it's Neko time. What are we at? Oh, we got him. All right.
I donated $1, but
very good.
We have achieved Neko mode.
That's now Betrug's. That's Betrug's wizard hat. Now that
now that I am a wizard. Now that I am a wizard, I shall wear something.
You must conduct yourself as a wizard with an Neko bowler.
Of course.
Yes.
It is inspired by the most elegant of creatures, the 3 raccoons that dug their way underneath that wall. So, pointy-eared, of course.
And now you get just this little ring with a signet on it that marks you as a member of the Wizards Council now. It has a shiny W in it. You are now part of the Wizard Council. You passed your exam.
Woo!
Yes.
Finally.
I feel like I just want to. I pull out a weird sash that just says, "I'm a wizard."
I'm not a god.
I'm gonna make the best of it before I once again get sued for running an illegal pyramid scheme. But this time we'll all be together in it, and we might all lose our wizarding license together in it one day.
Like a family.
Like a family. Like a business family.
We gain our wizarding license together. We lose our wizarding license together.
And after being barred for 5 more years, we'll regain it together as well.
It is the circle of wizardry.
And that's the lesson.
The prism of wizardry.
The prism of wizardry. And that's what we learned today.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We've
Okay,
gotten
that's
the
it, right?
family trope.
It's like the worst found family ever, but yeah.
It's perfect.
I know,
It's perfect.
right?
People, but it's fine.
It's not the worst found family ever, but
That's
it's
true
up there.
that it's pretty bad.
It's not great.
We're very
It's not.
supportive. We're very supportive of each other.
We are, and we love Reginald and his zombie hands.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely ideal.
Does he smell a little weird?
my God.
Yeah, but it's fine. He's got so much magic power that you can't help but admire him.
He's definitely not a raccoon.
Yeah,
Definitely not
of
a
course.
raccoon.
Oh,
Does anybody
I'm
want
assuming
to...
if we celebrate this, he's gonna smush his cake he finds in his pocket finally.
We're slowly running out of time. So does anybody want to promo where we can find them? What else they do? Because only Mimi and I are regular cast members of Waypoint, so you can find us at Waypoint Pod on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, or TikTok, and you can contact us there, find us there, all of that.
I also want to really quickly just say the game is definitely Wizards by Elliot HT Art. You can find the stuff on itch. And yeah, it's a very fun game. For one shot, it was kind of perfect, I think, and I hope everyone playing and watching had fun.
Yes, absolutely. It was very fun.
I loved it.
There's also the game also gives the option to play with any characters from another game. Basically, you just also give them the wizard and wild stat for this one game.
Yes.
The only thing that's important is that they are not wizards.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. We can't hear you.
I know.
I could read the lips. I could read the lips of that one.
So you can find me on TikTok at blueberries_things. And that's where I'm at. I talk about nerdy things and do my makeup online.
Nice.
I am Happy Tacos on Instagram, Twitter, basically. I've done a little bit of voiceover, but it's not that much. But yeah.
I have absolutely nothing. This is my first TTRPG, kind of. I did one game of a homebrew Pathfinders with some friends once, and that's basically it. So hopefully this is the start to something new.
Yeah, I'm sure that we can, in the future, find a spot for a few of you in another project. I really like that. And also, hey, if other folks are watching and are looking for people to maybe guest on their podcast, I'm sure that a whole bunch of people here would be pretty cool with that, with doing something like that.
Yeah.
And otherwise, I think that's pretty much it for us. I had a lot of fun. It was really cool. Thank you for DMing this game, Mimi. It was very cool. Very fun. I'd love to play that again in the future. There's a lot of fun ideas for characters. I was thinking, while we were talking about it, I was also thinking that the elemental blood could be very funny because it specifies what kind of elemental system you can use. Is basically up to you. And I was thinking it would be fun to have someone who has literally periodic table of elements powers. So from the point of I have specifically just helium powers to the point of I have uranium powers, and all I can do is just irradiate people and try to make that into something.
You could also change your voice with the
I
helium.
have oxygen powers. It just makes it hard to breathe sometimes.
Yeah, I can just
Yeah.
take away oxygen. That's all. I can just make people choke.
Yeah.
Or
you could
make a
put
fire
more
stronger by
oxygen.
putting oxygen into it.
Like one of the options from the actual book is also just a vampire. You're just a vampire. And I think that's also pretty great. So there's a lot of options here. Yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
that
vampire
allows you
was
to
my
really-
second choice.
Yeah.
I was so close. We were literally talking about. I was like so close to doing vampire,
Yeah.
and then I chose like, let's do the Avatar. Let me be the Avatar for a minute.
Vampire is also really cool if you bring in like a Vampire the Masquerade character or something for this kind of game, and you just use that character to like say, okay, the wild powers I have are just the things that this Vampire the Masquerade character can do.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And it would have been funny if the vampire has a pocket full of glitter, and it goes for the whole Twilight kind of vampire. Where it's like glitter.
Yeah. Like fake Twilight.
You just light a candle to their face and then it's just
I mean, at this point, what do? You just out yourself more as a wizard, as a vampire. Like, who are you tricking with that? Now you look even more like a sort of vampire.
It's for the drama.
It's for the drama.
I just like
to show
body
people
glitter,
that you have the
okay?
skin of a
I
monster.
just like body glitter.
It's to hide how pale you are.
Yeah. I am looking forward to like the next thing on the stream, which is Nerds
what's
on a
coming up
Roll
next?
with mech techs. I think it's like these mecha pilots.
That's so
yeah,
cool.
that sounds really
That's
cool.
cool.
I'm definitely going to look at that. I've been searching for a good mecha game. I have this sort of tradition going in my group where called the high school adventure, where the general idea is I tell them that we're playing a high school game, and then it turns out very quick that we're playing something completely different, and they just made high school characters under false pretenses. One time we did like a battle royale where everybody was stranded on an island and had to kill each other. But I was thinking of doing something similar, just where they're all drafted Evangelion style into a mech program.
Hunger Games for real.
Yeah, pretty much. It was
Love it.
very fun. But yeah. Okay. Anything else?
You want to talk more about Waypoint?
Yeah, sure. We can give a little promo of Waypoint for people who aren't watching it yet. In the last 2 minutes. I mean, I did, I think, post one in here, so I can just kind of look at that because I am melting in this cosplay outfit. So on Waypoint, usually
so I'm fine.
Usually I'm the game master on Waypoint. Mimi is there with me. Vio and Sunny, who are in chat and posting along with our adventures. Yes, that's Mimi's character, Max. Crocheted. We have we are four queer folks who are playing a superhero game in the fictional American city of Waypoint. And we're basically telling a story about teen superheroes who come from very normative, oppressive environments, or like somewhat normative, oppressive environments, who have to, who through becoming superheroes learn to more about their identities, learn more about expressing themselves, and more about the world around them. It's very character focused and a continuous story. We hope you check it out. It's fun. If you can find us on Twitter at Waypoint Pod, just check us out. And we have reached the 6 a.m. CST time. We have someone on the West Coast here who can finally go to sleep now. We have someone on the East Coast here who can finally wake up now.
To be fair, it is 4 a.m.
I have to get ready for work, so that's
Okay.
fun.
Yeah, 4 in the morning where
I'll
I
be
am.
fine, don't worry.
I've been up
Yeah.
all night.
And for the Germans,
God.
it's 1 p.m. now, so it's just a normal Sunday. We were happy to be here. We hope you had fun. We hope you donate further. It's a very good and important cause. And at this point, we bow out.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.